Imagine a traffic light so unstable it exploded in the face of the very police officer running it. That's exactly what happened in London in December 1868, right outside the Houses of Parliament. At the time, there was no such thing as an electric traffic signal anywhere on Earth. Horses, carriages, and pedestrians all fought for space at one of the busiest, most chaotic intersections in the city. So engineers tried something radical. They built what's widely considered the world's very first traffic signal. Here's where it gets clever, and also where it gets dangerous. The device didn't work like modern lights at all. During the day, a police officer stood right beside it and manually operated semaphore-style mechanical arms, borrowing the same signaling idea used on railways at the time, to tell carriages when to stop and when to go. Railway engineers had already proven semaphore arms could direct heavy traffic safely, so applying that same logic to a street crossing must have seemed like an obvious next step. But semaphore arms are useless in the dark. Nobody can see a mechanical arm at night. So the engineers added revolving gas lamps, showing red and green signals after sundown, powered by the same kind of gas lines already used to light London street lamps. Gas lighting was everywhere in the city by then, so wiring a signal into that existing infrastructure would have felt like the safe, proven choice, not a gamble. For a little while it actually worked. Collisions dropped. Confusion near Parliament eased. London had, however, briefly tamed one of its worst, most congested intersections, all with a single police officer standing at the curb, pulling levers by hand. Picture that job for a second. No control room, no backup, just one person standing in the middle of moving carriage traffic, next to a hissing gas mechanism, trusting it to behave. Every stop, every green light, every gap in traffic depended on that one officer reading the road correctly and switching the arms at exactly the right second. It was less a piece of infrastructure and more a live, hand-operated machine that happened to be standing next to one of the most important buildings in the entire country. And for a few weeks, that arrangement genuinely seemed like progress, a small sign that even the busiest, most chaotic corner of London could be tamed with the right invention. But here's the part nobody expects. The very technology making the signal visible at night was also its fatal flaw. Gas doesn't just glow, it leaks. In January 1869, barely a month after installation, a gas leak inside the signal caused it to explode. The explosion severely injured the police officer operating it at the time, the same officer whose entire job was keeping pedestrians and carriages safe. Think about that for a second. The one piece of equipment meant to prevent injuries on the street ended up injuring the person running it instead. That's the kind of irony you can't script. With safety technology nowhere near advanced enough to fix the gas problem, London authorities didn't try to patch the design. They removed the signal entirely. And then they simply stopped. No replacement went up. No redesigned version appeared the following year. London did not attempt another traffic signal installation in the city for several decades afterward. One exploding gas lamp was apparently enough to scare an entire city government away from automated traffic control for a generation. It would take until the early 20th century for traffic signals to make their comeback, and only because two things changed at once. Electric lighting matured, and the growing number of motor vehicles started crowding city streets worldwide, making some kind of organized signal unavoidable again. Electric bulbs solved the exact problem that doomed the 1868 signal. No gas, no leak, no explosion risk. That's how traffic signals eventually became standard in cities everywhere, from small towns to massive capitals. What's almost funny, in hindsight, is how modern this failure feels. A promising new technology, rushed into a high-profile location, undone by an overlooked safety flaw nobody stress-tested first. It's basically a Victorian-era product recall, just with gas lamps instead of software, and a police officer instead of a customer service line. My own take: the wildest part isn't the explosion itself, it's that nobody in London tried again for decades. That says a lot about how fragile public trust in new infrastructure can be. One poorly timed gas leak explosion, barely a month after installation, right next to one of the most famous government buildings in the world, quietly set back organized traffic control in London by decades. So next time you're standing at a perfectly boring electric traffic light, waiting for it to turn green, remember this. The very first one blew up. More of these on this channel. Follow along.